There is so much out there about what it is you need to be able to be a brave leader, to lead authentically, inclusively, compassionately. I could use so many different descriptions of leadership and what that means today. What's really important to me is to share those insights about what really helps you. If you are underrepresented as an aspiring senior leader, what is really going to help you to be in a state of readiness to lead when you may be the only one, when you may be in the minority, when the environment you're leading in may not yet be inclusive. What are some of those insights that we have heard our previous guests share? And there are many gems, but we've picked out a few here about what can help you to be in a state of readiness.
What helped you to transition, to stick at it when it was difficult, to be brave enough to try some pioneering new work? But what I heard throughout the whole conversation we've had today is about your focus and clarity of where you want to be. Really hit me front and center. Really hearing that loud and clear from you about having humility, to keep learning, to hold yourself accountable, but also to make use of mentors, make use of recording your goals as well, and to also set plans for different periods and see how you're getting on. But the bit what really hit me with what you said today and what you shared so profoundly is about impact. Understand your own impact.
I want to remind everybody about the 70-20-10 rule. If you've not come across it, I want you to put it to the forefront of your mind. One of the things as ethnic minorities in particular, we chase qualifications. We think that if we get the badges, then somehow we're going to be credible. The reality is, that to get some of these opportunities, whether it's an exec opportunity, a board opportunity, a NED opportunity, is experience counts. So seek challenging experiences, because those experiences will give us confidence to then apply and be in the room and to hold others to account.
Be very clear on where you want to get to. I get a lot of questions actually from clinicians who want to do something different, but they don't know what that looks like. So first, be very clear on what that journey is, and then start stacking experience and skills, and get yourself a network of people who have done it. So the thing you want, find some people who have done it.
Firstly, find your passion. Find the thing that will give you that authenticity, because I think you can't fake that, obviously, and it does stand you apart. Second thing, leverage your lived experience into something positive for change. I think again that will put you on a path which is very hard to replicate. It makes you a bit special. And then the final one, which I think ties with what Sue was saying, is invest in yourself to get there.
We've got Joe Burrows and Corey Carruthers and Matt Cardy now, who have a mentor and someone that I guess has been there and done it, especially for Corey and Joe, two young black males. You get treated differently. And we know that as, white males. However, we've never experienced what they have. So it's important that we get them a mentor who's Marcus, who is a young black successful man, and he has been treated differently, whereas he can almost coach Joe and Corey to when that time does come, because it's going to come. How do you respond and almost keep your head up and strategically move through that situation.
Mentors are not going to come and look for you. You have to go out and look for a mentor, because I know that there's this idea around, mentors are going to come and find me because I'm a special talent. Well, no, you're going to have to go out and find a mentor, actively find a mentor. But then it comes back to, where do you see yourself? What are your flaws and your deficiencies that you need to address? And then you find a mentor on that basis, someone who's going to challenge you enough to get some real traction, change traction within yourself in terms of that.
For me, I have to say, the reason that I have been able to progress is not only about having mentors and sponsors, as Bal said, but also about allies. I mean, a very typical example was when I was applying for executive positions. At that point, I did not know people from an ethnic minority, women from an ethnic minority background who are executive directors. I think I didn't even know non-executive directors were women at that point. I have come to know. So for me, I have been hugely supported by men as allies, men from all backgrounds, and I cannot state that enough. I found people, men who were unconditional, non-judgmental, very generous with their time and wisdom, and encouraging me.
I think courage to step up. And I know that when I've been taking on a new role, if I'm absolutely honest, the word, and people in my network know this, because I would often say, I've said this to you not that long ago, Monique, I felt absolutely terrified sometimes stepping into a new role. And you can't remember what it was that got you there for the first 6 months at least, until you find your feet again.
So take opportunities and look for your cheerleaders. I think that is like the best route forward. It's certainly how I've got, most of my opportunities is looking out for those people who will have my back, who'll support me, who'll champion my work. It's exactly why I'm here. When you offer me the opportunity, I'm like, yes. But doing that on a personal level, looking for the people that will bring you along and support you is the best way. And it gives you that network as well.
And I'm grateful that I am where I am, and I do feel that it's my duty to give back. And we all feel like that. And I'm saying this about a lot of chief nurses, my profession. We all feel this sense of duty, the good ones anyway, regardless of ethnic background. Mm-hmm. And I think also executive directors of any background, professional background and ethnic background, that sense of duty, if you don't have it, then you will not excel in your job.
So your first 100 days start the moment that the job's advertised. So when that job's because people talk about your first 100 days in role.
They do.
Listen, it starts when you start to put the application in, do your homework, do your research, be your authentic self, because you can't be something else when you start in role.
Yeah.
So be really clear and set out your stall. I had a number of conversations and really spent time, even though that geographically, where I've gone is a significant distance.
Yeah.
I invested that time with the chair, with the chief executive, with the directors of nursing, meeting people who were experienced in the services, and just understanding that journey of what the strategic objectives were, how it was engaging with, external partners, and what the kind of raison d'etre was, what was their MO.
But I think being brave and really overcoming your fear, because actually once you step in, the final point I'd say is know the job. You've got to deliver. And I think in every job, that's where my confidence has come from. It's being really good at doing what you're doing, but at the same time, making sure that you're silencing your internal critic. Yeah, so I think they're some of the things that helped me along the way. Good coaches and mentors are essential. And then finally, I will say this, it's always been really helpful when I've had a fantastic boss or leader that believes it. That always helps.
If you're a leader, there has to be authenticity. You cannot pretend to be somebody else. So you've got to be yourself. And people have got to see the power of that fullness of your identity. And that's how they start realizing there are identities and stories different to theirs, different to the common narrative.
Yeah, it's often not easy when you're described as the first. And the target on your back can be bigger just by that before you've even got into post, Monique. So have felt that. And that's why it was really important to me to choose which chief nursing officer post I went for.
And it can sound almost strange to then go, and then when you get there, it's still challenging too. But it's exactly why we're talking about it today, because if we can rise up together
if we can create more brave leaders together, if we can increase those numbers, not only is it serving the community we serve better, you know, and helping to address inequalities, it's also people won't be so isolated.
I think the other thing is, and Sue talked about this, silencing your internal critic. And, you know, I would say that I probably am my greatest critic. And I think silencing that and having a real belief in yourself, I think sometimes and shed loads of it, the more responsibility you take. But I think your networks can help you to hold on to that when it's tough, is incredibly important.
What can you do to send the ladder back down? And I think it's something that people from all minoritized backgrounds, they carry that extra load, that extra invisible backpack. And we do that whether you're a person of color, whether you're, you know, whether it's about sexuality, whatever it is. If you're in the kind of minority and you get there, I've noticed people can't take that kind of ownership. And I just think I'm one of those people.
You need a coach, you need a mentor, you need networks. Information does not readily flow to the staff. It's kept somewhere. I don't know where that is. So my mission is anybody who looks like me, I will share what I know. I will mentor, I will coach in that ladder that I used to climb up. I'm not taking it off.